What's up, everybody? This is Rich Arleo here. I am a big New York sports fan, as anybody who knows me knows. And I've been thinking about doing some kind of podcast or video or something where I can really just, talk about my favorite thing in the world, which is sports. And my gorgeous wife, who is my producer, she's really pushed me to do this today, and we're going to give it a shot, give it a go. I got a few things that I are on the top of my head that I know that I want to talk about. There's been a lot going on in the sports world right now, especially New York sports, which is obviously going to be my focus. And we can start with probably my least favorite of my favorite teams, which is the New York Jets. This team has pretty much given me mostly misery for 30 years of my life. But there's been some excitement recently. I mean, as bad as they were last year, there's a lot of cap space on this team, and they have a top 6 draft pick. So going into this year, you could see some kind of future, maybe, if they actually do what's right. And yesterday was a big day. They made a lot of signings. Now, some of them were good. You got linebacker Avery Williamson from the Rams. You got the defensive back Tremaine Johnson. Those are good, nice defensive moves. Good amount of money given to those guys, but from all accounts, those are some starters. Those are some legitimate defensive players who will help this team out. On the offensive side of the ball, which is where the Jets' problems really lie, they didn't really do as much as I would have liked. Or at least they didn't really go in the direction that I wanted them to go in. On the offensive ball, the Jets made a few moves. Not too thrilled in the directions they went, but we'll get into that. First off, in the backfield, Isaiah Crowell. He is what he is. He's a mediocre running back. He's a change of pace guy, speed guy. Maybe he and Powell team up. Maybe the Jets will get somebody else in the draft. I don't know. I know I like Bilal Powell, and I know a lot of Jets fans like Bilal Powell. He just has never been really utilized in this team to where most Jets fans, at least, think he can. So we'll see what they do there. But the backfield's not as much of a concern as the position of quarterback, which has been an issue for the Jets for basically my entire life. Barring a few years of Vinny Testaverde, maybe a few years with Chad Pennington when he was healthy. Mark Sanchez gave me probably some of my biggest joys as a Jets fan, which is saying something. It's really saying something. As I've been watching Giants fans celebrate their Super Bowl wins, I'm here with the Jets celebrating my 2 AFC divisional championship appearances with Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan. So you know why I'm so focused on this team fixing their quarterback problem. And yesterday, they addressed the quarterback position. But these moves have me questioning their future, and they have me worried. They re-signed Josh McCown, 38-year-old Josh McCown, been in the league forever, coming off his career year. What's his career year? He was the MVP of a 5-11 team, pretty much. This guy is obviously not the future, and he's not signed as the future of this team. But he's signed on a 1-year deal. Everybody seems to like him on the team. He can really mentor whoever it is that they think the future of the quarterback position is. So that's fine. Then they went ahead and signed Teddy Bridgewater as well. Another 1-year deal, so it's okay. Bridgewater, obviously, coming off a major knee injury, hasn't played in almost 2 years now. Everybody saw the promise that he had a couple years back with Minnesota. And it's a pretty low-risk signing. 1-year deal, and you see what you got. But here's where everything could fall apart. You cannot go into this season with Josh McCown and Teddy Bridgewater and Christian Hackenberg or Bryce Petty or whatever garbage else you want to roll out there. The bottom line is they have to draft a quarterback. And with these 2 signings, I'm just slightly concerned that they're going to say, oh, we're fine at quarterback now. Let's go get another defensive lineman. No, we cannot do that. Like I said, McCown, he's coming off a great year. He'll be the mentor. Bridgewater, nice low-risk option, but you have to get one of these quarterbacks. I don't even care who it is at this point. If it's Sam Darnold, if it's Josh Rosen, if it's Baker Mayfield, fine. Either one of those 3 guys, and I'm a happy Jets fan because I know that the Jets front office picked their favorite quarterback, picked the guy that they wanted, and they know and they believe can take this team to where they need to go in the future. If they don't do that, and they go into the year with McCown, Bridgewater, and another defenseman in the draft. Maybe Chubb, maybe whoever else is up there. I haven't even focused on them because I'm focused on the quarterbacks. It's not going to work with just Bridgewater and McCown. So anyway, I'm hoping the Jets can at least make these right moves, and I'm not confident. And I've talked to some Jets fans about it. Some are saying that they have confidence in McCagnon in the front office, and they really think that he's going to do the right thing. I'm concerned, and I'm sure many Jets fans are too, but we'll see how it all plays out in the coming weeks. Another great part that I want to talk about of yesterday with the Jets was Jamal Adams' Twitter. He was one of the most fun parts of yesterday as a Jets fan because it's fun to see a Jets player really react to all of these signings along with you. And Jamal Adams, every Jets fan loves at this point. He had an incredible rookie year. Looks like to be the future of this defense. And he just went on a roller coaster ride on Twitter yesterday. He started when Cousins signed with the Vikings, and he was visibly disappointed. But it went up from there. He was happy when McCown signed, calling him Uncle Josh. He was ecstatic when they signed the defensive back Jermaine Johnson, welcoming him to that defensive backs group. He seemed very excited about that. And then after the Johnson signing, he just went into full-on recruit mode. He posted a Photoshop picture of Jordy Nelson with a Jets jersey. He's even started to recruit Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, who was just cut, I believe, by the Cardinals and is now on the market. Who knows how Tyrann Mathieu could even fit on this team with Adams and May as the safeties. But hey, we'll find out. Either way, as a Jets fan, I highly recommend following Jamal Adams. He's on Twitter at @theAdams_era. Definitely recommend following him. Now that we got the Jets out of the way, I can talk about the Yankees, which is a team that actually makes me happy. I cannot be more excited about this season, as I'm sure many Yankee fans are. I think we all know why. Giancarlo Stanton aside, this team is stacked. Like, unbelievable lineup from top to bottom. Everybody wants to talk about Judge and Stanton. You also have Gary Sanchez, who might be the best hitter of the three of them. I don't know. I think he might be my favorite. Sanchez was the guy that started it all at the end of the 2016 season, and then everybody forgot about him last year. Well, didn't forget about him, but when Judge started mashing, he went into the background. Now Sanchez is even further into the background with Stanton, but he's going to shoot right back into the foreground after he mashes a couple home runs. Then you look around that whole lineup. There's really not a hole. I mean, Guardian left, Ticks in center, just solid players. At least Ticks showed that he was a solid player last year. Hopefully he can stay healthy. Hopefully he can actually do it. And then the infield is where things got a little weird lately. Not weird, but Cashman didn't really sign anybody for quite some time. So we went into the season thinking it was maybe going to be Miguel Andujar at third, Gleyber Torres at second. But then all of a sudden Cashman started making moves. A couple weeks ago he traded for Brandon Drury, the infielder who's got plenty of pop from Arizona, and looks like now is probably going to have a starting infield job there. And then aside from Drury, they just signed Neil Walker the other day. Walker, nice solid veteran. He's been around a while. He's, career 270 hitter. Could get you 15 home runs, maybe 20 homers if he plays a full season. He's probably going to win the starting second baseman job now. I mean, Cashman brought him in on a 1-year, $5 million deal, not to sit on the bench. He's going to probably start second base. The Yankees yesterday just sent down Gleyber Torres. Torres, their top prospect, who they got from the Cubs in the Chapman trade 2 years ago. He's going to be a star. There's nothing to worry about with him. He's healthy, back from Tommy John surgery, which for an infielder is not nearly as bad as it is for a pitcher. He's had an okay spring. He hasn't been great, and the Yankees are going to send him down to AAA. They get an additional year of service time after, I think, 13 days. So he'll be fine down there. The thing that is throwing a wrench into all the plans, and it's a good wrench, is Miguel Andujar. Andujar has been absolutely crushing baseballs this spring, and he looks ready to go. And even last year when he came up, he looked ready to go. He was hitting well. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with him. He's still up with the team in spring. He could end up starting at third base. You probably have Walker at second. Maybe you have Drury coming off the bench. You have some other questions, too. You've got Tyler Wade. You got Ronald Torreyes, who everybody loved, the toe show last year. He was a great little addition to that team, and I think a lot of Yankee fans would be sad to see him go. So I think a lot of us want to see him kind of stay on the team, stay on the bench. He gets the job done in that reserve role. Yankees fans growing up remember those guys like Luis Sojo, Jose Vizcaino. All those good Yankees teams had those guys. Just those lovable guys who always seem to get the big hit. And Torres was that guy last year. So see if you can repeat that. But the focus is on the now, quicker than most Yankee fans expected. Cashman really did this rebuild really fast and really well. And this team is ready to go this year. It is go time. I cannot wait. The Yankees team is ready to go this year, and I cannot wait. We know all the stars in the lineup. The pitching rotation, pretty stacked from top to bottom. Severino, Tanaka, Sonny Gray. Everybody forgets about Sonny Gray. Yankees got him from the A's last year. He was fine in the playoffs. He had some bad starts, had some good starts. Didn't get a lot of run support. I feel like a lot of Yankee fans are not as high on him as they should be, but they should be, and they will be very soon. Sonny Gray is the legitimate top of the rotation starter, and we will see that shortly. Behind Gray, you got CeCe. The big man's back, and he's back on a team-friendly deal. He's no longer got that huge contract weighing him down, just that big guts weighing him down now. And he's ready to go. He was great in the playoffs last year. He'll be the number 4 starter for this team. If he could just replicate what he did last year, the Yankees will be in great shape. And then you have Jordan Montgomery, who had a very under-the-radar, very strong rookie season. And there's no reason he can't repeat that this year. So top to bottom, 1 through 5, that's a good rotation if they stay healthy. Hey, you know what? It's a long season. Things go wrong. People get hurt. The Yankees have enough prospects, enough to get a deal done come July if need be. The bottom line is this rotation is probably one of the best in baseball. You got the Red Sox over there in Boston. They're going to be tough. They're the defending division champions. We all hate them. But hey, they lost in the first round last year. We made it further than them. We beat them in the season series last year. And I think we have a better team this year. In fact, I know we have a better team this year. They might have the better ace in Chris Sale. They might have the better closer slightly in Kimbrel. But it doesn't matter. That team, they're a good team. It's going to be a fight this year. The Yankees are the better team, and they will prove it this year. We'll talk more about the Yankees in coming weeks. It's going to be a great season. I can't wait for it. I want to talk about one more thing, and that's fantasy baseball. I hope all you fantasy baseball fans out there are getting excited. I hope you're all drafting probably either this week, next week. Opening day's in 2 weeks, the 29th, so we got some time. Hope you all take the time to really try. I know it's hard nowadays, but at least try to get together with some friends for the draft, get some brews, and have a good time. It's really one of the best times of the year for fans like me. I love fantasy baseball. I'm in 4 leagues. Probably shouldn't be in that many. Just so much fun. I enjoy every second of it throughout the season, and I hope you all enjoy it too. That's it for the first show. I want to thank everybody for clicking, watching, whether you made it through the whole video or not. Either way, thank you so much. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while. I love sports, and I always have something to say about it, so it's been a lot of fun. There's so much more to talk about. We're going to work on it from here. We'll make some improvements to the video, whatever. Get some more ideas. I'd love to have some people on, have some real conversations going. It's going to be fun. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and look forward to more. Thank you, guys.